It's been a whirlwind week in Michigan, across the country, and around the world as local, state, and federal officials attempt to slow the spread of the coronavirus. In Michigan, bars and dine-in restaurants were closed, large gatherings were quashed, and people are being urged to keep their distance from others while out in public. We're sitting down with industry experts this week to find out what this outbreak means for Michigan agriculture.
I think it's important to understand that coronaviruses have been around for some time. We've dealt with them in the human population. We've dealt with them in the animal population. This is just a new strain that we have no natural immunity built up within our system because it's a new virus. And viruses have to work themselves through a population, whether it's in the human population or it's in an animal population. It is by nature a zoonotic disease. Animal health officials have indicated there's a very low probability that it can transfer back and forth between humans and populations with this particular strain. We need to be diligent in our approach and vigilant in our actions and making sure that we're protecting our families, our workers, and our farms. And if farmers have employees who are sick, have them stay home. That's critically important. The best way to deal with any health situation, whether it's in the human or animal population, is to not allow it to spread. We don't want to commingle, just like we don't want to commingle livestock that are sick, we don't want our people commingling either. So let's make sure that we remain vigilant in our actions in dealing with those. Everyone is wondering what's going to happen long term. And the answer right now is we don't know. What we do know for sure is that short-term demand has been very good. If you take a look at what has been happening at the retail level at your local grocery stores, products have been flying off the shelves. And wouldn't it be great if there was that much of a strong demand on a daily basis during normal times for all of our great agricultural products? But certainly short-term demand has been very good. The real concern has to be, what does this mean for long-term demand? When the initial buying and purchasing power and the excitement of it wears off, what is that going to mean for our commodity prices long term? If you take a look at the impact that closing down restaurants have, the impact of students not going to schools and not consuming dairy products on a daily basis, maybe as much at home as what they would have at school, certainly there will be an impact. How long that impact will last, we don't know, but the important thing is we need to make sure that we work with state and federal agencies and all of our partners to make sure that we minimize that impact as much as possible.
Birchmeyer says Michigan Farm Bureau staff is working hard to ensure its members can continue to farm, even with the challenges the industry faces.
At the same time, we need to make sure that we're working with state and federal agencies to make sure that the food products that our farmers produce on a daily basis continue to have the ability to be transported for processing, that processing remains open, that the processors can then retransport that product back to the retail level, and that our retailers have the opportunity to continue to make that product available on their shelves. It is important that our consumers understand that our farmers are out there operating on a daily basis and that the system is still in place to allow for them to have the opportunity to go to the grocery store, to buy the products that they need, to keep their families fed, to keep everyone healthy, and to continue to operate as normal as possible.